Hi, Tommy. Hi, Tommy. Hi, this is Jamie Stewart. I guess we're set up to do a phone interview. How's it going? All right. For some reason, my speakerphone doesn't like me. So it's like I can hear you, but I can't talk into it, which makes this all so complicated. So I'm pretty much basically going to be sticking this phone against the microphone. Oh man, this is going to be low rent. Um, okay, let's see how this goes. Um, so let's start from the beginning, I guess. You started off, I guess you were working in the studios doing recording stuff, and how did Ramones come about for you?
Well, I had seen the New York Dolls, and they startled me because I noticed that even though they could hardly play their instruments, they were the most exciting band around at the time. And at that point, I realized that that they like sort of were entertaining despite that. And I got the idea. I knew these kids in Queens that I grew up with. I thought that they were very colorful people, and that they would make an interesting band. And so that's basically how the idea grew. And what happened is when I got them together and for their first rehearsal, to my surprise, they were coming up with like interesting songs, which I didn't really expect. And so right there was a plus. So things got off to a really good start right there.
Um, the thing that's interesting is that when you hear about like early punk, or at least what was considered punk at the time, even though I guess they weren't exactly calling it at the time. You think of like the New York bands of the time. I guess like you guys were there, Blondie was there, Talking Heads, Television, a lot of these bands, and I mean, and it seems like for the most part, in particular, people would say like when they first heard Ramones, it was like they had like a really like almost violently like negative reaction to it. Either they thought it was like the worst thing, or like go get jobs or whatever. But what do you think was it that you guys were doing that ultimately laid the groundwork for what became a style of music as opposed to the other bands?
Well, um, part of the problem was that we were a little ahead of our time, and also we were so different from anything else that was going on at that particular time, the way we came on. So I think we scared a lot of people at first, because new things tend to be scary sometimes, and we were like, really? So I guess we must have been really scary. But we had come up with a new idea, basically, some new ideas uh, that were picked up right away. Sort of like, again, as I said, that something that wasn't based on virtuosity, which was what was happening at the time, but was based on ideas. And so that planted the seed for other bands to pick up on. Oh wow, I don't have to be necessarily a musician. I could be an artist who wants to play music, for example, or a writer who wants to play music, and they could pick up an instrument and start bands because and bring their ideas into it. And so that's kind of how it grew. And as far as the punk rock element, well, that was inherent in us because the members of the band were like angry young misanthropes, and so we also set the groundwork for that. And over the years, it just spread and grew from there.
How would you like to look back on the legacy of the Ramones?
Well, I'm very gratified and happy that all these people are, saying all these things and making the Ramones seemingly a classic band, and that's a wonderfully rewarding for me, as it was for the other members. Um, I think it's great. It's very appreciated. Um, and I think it's great that the message is also getting out to the general public. We're basically just finding out how important the band is, because I think they had certain notions of what the Ramones were. It was kind of two-dimensional, really. They didn't quite get what it was about. And now a lot of people are finding out about the true importance and depth of the band from So I think it's great. Hopefully it'll continue and grow. 'Cause I think the more people find out about the Ramones, the better it is for everything. I think I think we helped revive and keep music going in the last part of the 20th century. Hopefully have inspired the 21st century to go on with the essence and feel of whatever punk rock has to offer.
All right, man. Yeah, thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
All right.
All right, man. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.